Hi, I'm Nisha DeGaring, host of Good Things Utah, and I've been a longtime supporter of Todd's Beliefcast. I hope you find inspiration in the courageous stories shared by the amazing people Todd features on his show. The guests serve as shoulders for us to stand on, allowing us to see a little further and cultivate belief in oneself. Remember, you have the dignity and power to change. I encourage you to keep striving and believing in yourself. Enjoy today's podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Todd Sylvester, your host of the Beliefcast. Today's guest is someone who is inspiring thousands through her commitment to fitness, movement, health, and living an intentional life. Through her platform, Train with Tanna, she shares her passion for running, Pilates, strength training, and healthy living while encouraging others to build confidence through consistency rather than perfection. Her message is simple but powerful. When we learn to take care of our bodies, we unlock greater confidence, resilience, and joy in every area of our life. I'm excited to go into a deeper dive with her story, her mindset, and just basically the way she carries herself. And so I want to welcome Tanna Tae Adcock to the show. Tanna, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. I want to start off, just let our listeners know, the reason we reached out is just, I love the way you carry yourself. I love the enthusiasm, the positivity that you bring into this world, and just, you know, people who train with you. I mean, you do large groups. I mean, some of those videos that I saw, I mean, they look like there was 500 people there. I'm going, wow.
There's been a couple. We've had quite a few.
Yeah. Do you get nervous to do that when there's that many people like coming to follow you?
Honestly, no. Put a mic in front of me and I get a little more nervous.
Isn't that funny? It's like when you know that's your wheelhouse, it's no big deal.
No, it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's maybe the first couple times it was nerve wracking, but maybe kind of like you, I feel like once I found my calling, like I don't get nervous. It's just fun for me.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you today and for our listeners to get to know you. I mean, people are tuning in. They're looking for inspiration. They're looking for guidance. And I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. You are engaged to Ty, this amazing man that she found, and they post a lot about their engagements, and they're doing the countdown, and so I'm excited for you. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So why don't we start off, for those who may not know a lot about you?
Yeah.
Tell us where you grew up and maybe a little bit about your family.
Okay. Yeah. I grew up in Eagle, Idaho. Lived there my entire life.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We live in McCall, Idaho now, which is a little more north. So we have like a fun little lake house, but
nice.
Grew up in Eagle, 5 siblings. I'm a twin. Not many people know that about me.
Okay.
I'm a twin. We're a very tight family. Grew up very active, grew up very close.
Yeah.
Family is just like the world to me. I would do anything for them, try to see them as much as I can.
Right.
Came to BYU with actually all of my siblings except for one. We all went to BYU, studied exercise science, graduated, didn't know what I wanted to do. Right. Found Pilates. Pretty quick summary, but
No, so thank you. And you know, you come across as a very confident person. Oh. And I know that, you know, we all have our struggles. We all have our, you know, things that we deal with. Growing up, you know, you talk about how amazing your family is. Yeah. What are some of the lessons that you've learned, like from your parents, even that, you know, stand out to you even today when you look back? I
mean, I could say so many things on that. My dad is probably my biggest inspiration. He's so strong. He's a convert, so his story is just like the most amazing story. If anyone should be behind the microphone, it should be my dad. My dad's amazing. Right. But I feel like I just kind of had your typical childhood. Like I feel very blessed, to be honest with you. And I'm very open about that. Like when I hear people struggling with like a childhood, like I'm like, I never felt anything but love, and I felt so supported. I had my hardships, of course, and we'll probably dive into that. Yeah. But as far as like the family goes, I just adore them. If they did such a great job, and I just feel so much love for them. They were great parents, great family. Great siblings.
No, and I love that, and it's good to look at it that way, because, you know, I'm a parent, and I know I've made many mistakes with my kids, right? But I'm grateful for the good relationship I have with them. You know, I posted something today about, you know, about forgiveness. And one of the first things we need to do is forgive our parents. They did the best that they could, right? And that's what you've kind of noticed. Your parents, I mean, they were there for you, it sounds like. They showed you the way. And again, I know they weren't perfect, but man, you obviously adore them and for the guidance that they gave you in your life.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is definitely how you look at it. I know some people go through things, I'm like, oh, I couldn't imagine how I'd handle that if my parents did that. But parents definitely were not perfect. But when you feel love from them constantly and you can just see they're trying their best, I mean, I'm just grateful.
Yeah, what's the old saying? Love heals all wounds.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, something like
cute.
that.
But it's true.
Well, you did bring it up. You talked about some hardships, and I would love for you to share with our listeners some of the things that maybe you wrestled with growing up.
Yeah. The biggest struggle I've had, eating disorder. And I'm very open about it. I don't talk about it,
but you're okay to talk about it.
But I'm okay to talk about it. Yeah. I wonder how many people know that about me, actually, which is interesting. Yeah. Because I really never talk about it, but I'm open about it, if that makes sense.
Which tells me there's not shame attached to it.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'd say for a while there, I wouldn't talk about it. Maybe it's more recent, but I struggled with an eating disorder for a long time, probably since I was 16. I struggled with it for probably 8 solid years. I was able to overcome it just a few years ago when I found Pilates. But that was a big part of my childhood that was just hard. It's just hard. There's really no other way of just saying it was just really hard.
So thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. That's so many women that I work with as clients, they all have almost that same exact story. Like when they were younger, they had an eating disorder. Yeah. Why do you think it's so common with younger women? And maybe talk about what maybe led you to going down that path. Did something happen? Were you trying to fit in? Were you trying to look better? I mean, what was it?
Well, to be specific, I was walking out of school one day, and I'm a twin, and we overheard this group of boys talking about us, and one of them made a comment about how I was the heavier twin. And it just it's crazy how one comment can stick with you forever. But found an eating disorder remedy that night, and I was just already on my path of I'm overweight.
So that same night,
it was that night
that
because I was just I was suddenly in the mirror looking at myself being like, what, do I have a double chin? Am I over? I was pinching myself in places that I never had before. And I was looking at I was very critical, and how old was I? I must've been 15. And so I was just a confident little kid, and I never thought about it. But once you start thinking about it, it can be a downward spiral. And then I started comparing myself to my twin. But pretty soon I was just, 1 minute I was fine. And then all of a sudden I was just in it. And so I just wasn't prepared. It wasn't a slow build of bad habits. And it was just kind of one day I just felt like my life just kind of switched on me. And I didn't really know what to do. And I didn't handle it very well for a long time.
Well, again, you're a young kid. You don't know. No one teaches you how to handle hearing something like that. And to your point, words are powerful, right? Yeah. How we speak to ourselves. The famous author James Allen said, a spoken sentence can turn the tide of history. Right? You hear this word and it turned the tide of your history, unfortunately in a negative way, at least at first, right? Yeah. But man, it's amazing, how you can hear one thing and even that night you were already starting to going, what's wrong with me? Yeah.
Well, and I wonder how many comments I had heard before that just went right over my head. And I don't know what the combination was. Maybe it's that it was a cute boy, or maybe it's that, I was hitting puberty and maybe I was putting on weight, or maybe it was just a bad day. I don't know. But for whatever reason, that comment just... it just got me.
I can relate on the other side of things. So when I was in 7th grade, I was a really skinny kid, really skinny. And I didn't care. I knew I was skinny. Yeah. But I heard some people laughing about how skinny I was. Yeah. And it crushed me. Yeah. And that's when I started I would fantasize of having muscles and lifting weights, and I'd walk into the room, I'd fantasize about that. And every time someone say, "Oh, you're so skinny," it would crush me.
Yeah.
So I can kind of relate on some level.
No,
but
totally.
But yeah, so here you are going through this. Did you tell anyone about this? Did anyone know you were struggling with this at the time?
No, I didn't tell anyone for a very long time. I didn't want to tell anyone, probably because I love my family so much. I didn't want to hurt them.
Hurt them.
It wasn't that I was necessarily even embarrassed or that I didn't want the help, but I thought I would be hurting them if I told them. So I didn't tell them. So, and looking back, I regret that.
So yeah, and you're getting a little emotional now, even like you were suffering in silence, honestly.
Yeah, that was hard. So
did your twin even know?
No.
Not even.
And that's what's also hard is when you struggle with things in silence, you're hurting relationships, and you don't mean to. I wasn't trying to hurt my relationships with my family, but it almost made me angry that they didn't know. But how could they have known? Yeah. And I think it made them angry that they knew something was wrong because I was very different. I think you can always tell. Not always, but maybe they could tell I was hurting. Yeah,
no, you can feel that energy, right?
Yeah. But they didn't know how to help because I wouldn't let them help. And so my relationship with my family definitely, it wasn't bad. It just kind of struggled. It wasn't what it was. Yeah. And I didn't mean to do that, but that's what I was doing. I was kind of pushing everybody away, and it made it even harder later to even want to open up to them. Yeah. Because I felt so alone, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. Wow. Well, again, I think you're kind of echoing the sounds of all these women at that age that were going through the same thing, honestly.
So many people struggle with it, and that's what's really, I guess that's jumping ahead, but something I've learned from that experience is when you go through something, you realize how many people struggle, and I would have never thought about eating disorders. Right, yeah. But now I relate to what's sad is too many women because I realize that there are so many people that struggle, which is really sad. Yeah. But
so, this happens at a young age, you're going through all this, but you're still, you're an active person. Yeah. You're a woman of faith, all that stuff really matters to you. Were you doing good in those areas still, or were you wrestling with those too?
I was wrestling. I think it's hard to have a big secret and be struggling with something so much and then keep other things. Right. And it's almost better that way because it forces you to fix the problem. If I was thriving in all other areas of my life, I probably wouldn't have ever gotten over it. So it was making my world kind of crumble slowly, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. In the recovery world that I work in, there's a phrase that secrets kill. Yeah. They really do because, again, you're just hurting internally. But so as you go through this, do you remember the first time you told anyone about this? Like, did you eventually tell family or someone or a friend down the road?
Yeah. I told my dad. Okay. And it was, I kind of almost got caught, and I think he knew, and I knew that he kind of knew, but I didn't think he fully knew. And I think looking back, I maybe could have lied my way out of it. Yeah. But I think I was almost relieved that he kind of knew. Yeah. And so.
Yeah, he knew something was going on.
He knew something, and so then I talked to him, and then.
How did that feel? Do you remember the feeling after telling him?
Yeah, it was hard, and it was really sad. I remember more than anything, I felt really guilty, but I felt definitely a weight off my shoulders. I finally just didn't feel like I was alone, which felt really, really nice. And I can't speak for other people opening up about a big secret, right. And then maybe it's handled poorly, right? But my dad handled it with all the love and the care in the world, and so I felt once again, my whole life I've felt supported by him. Like, I don't know why it surprised me that I felt supported in that moment.
Well, again, because the fear is, you were, they're not going to, I'm going to hurt them. Yeah. They're going to be mad at me. I mean, that's the fear, and that's why maybe you didn't share it for so long, right? But shout out to your dad for handling it with love, right? Stud.
Yeah. Freaking love my dad.
Yeah, shout out to your dad. Yeah. So thank you, dads. We need more of that in our lives. And, we're never more fully alive than when we're connected. So it's almost like, man, I finally have this connection now with my dad on a deeper level than I did before. Yeah. Fair?
Well, and that goes with everything. It's like how did so much bad bring about so much good? I have no idea, but it just did, you know. And how did such a bad time make me so much closer to my dad? It just did, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge believer, Tanna, that life happens for you, not to you. So I think this happened for you. I think that comment, hearing it, as painful as it was at the time, I know it's hard to see that, but I think it happened for you. Meaning, look what you're doing today.
Yeah.
Like, you probably wouldn't be where you're at today doing it with the passion that you have had you not gone through that. Is that accurate, would you say?
For sure. It's so funny you said that, because my favorite quote is, life is coming from you, not at you.
Ooh.
So then you saying that, I was just like, oh, like, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, and I love that as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. You know, I am grateful, because we were talking off air, that I took my first drink of alcohol at 11, okay? That led to 10 years of hell in my life. But I can look you in the eye today and say, I'm so grateful I took that drink.
Yeah.
And you want to know why? Because it led to me talking to you today. What are the odds that you and I are talking? I mean, think about that. We would never talk, but here we are.
Yeah.
And had I not had that drink, had you not had that comment made by that guy, you wouldn't be sitting here either. Isn't that wild?
Yeah. When you're in it, it just feels like nothing good can come from this.
Yeah.
And I wonder if one day I'll learn how to anticipate the goodness that's going to come, but I still struggle when I'm in something hard. I'm just like, this is just the worst. But no, the greatest blessings in my life have come from the hardest moments. And it is in equal proportion of, like, the harder it is, the better it is. Like, the worse it was, that's when I learned the very most. And I mean that. It sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. It
is true, and that's why I wrote it down, because I love that. I'm going to put that quote to my head. You said the greatest. Let's see, how did you say it?
I don't even know how I said it.
Oh, the greatest moments came from the heart, or the greatest. How did you say it? Dang it.
I don't know. Good thing we have it.
Good thing we have it on
video.
There. Yeah. People right now are laughing at Todd. Like, come on, Todd, dude. Seriously, I wrote it down, guys, because I was so excited, and I can't even read my writing.
I wonder if I probably can't even remember it, but the greatest
things came from the hardest moments. Yeah. Something like that.
But it's true. It really is true.
Yeah, and I think it. We say it sounds cheesy. I just think it's almost sounds like a cliche. Yeah. But if we really look at it, it's absolutely true. Yeah. So you go down this path, and then you said what really changed you is you found Pilates. Yeah. Talk about why that was like the answer to, I guess, this big issue you've been dealing with for many years.
I should say more than Pilates, I found just like purpose.
Oh,
it's not
like
even.
That. Yeah.
And Pilates happened to be a part of that purpose, a big part of that purpose. But the biggest thing I've learned is that when I was struggling, all I was trying to do was not struggle. And I was like hyper fixated on not struggling. Do you know that feeling? I'm just like,
oh yeah.
You wake up and you're just like, all right, Tanna, I'm not going to struggle today. How do I not struggle today? And it was just like, it was just always on my mind. And it almost felt like all I could do was fail.
Right.
And then you become so focused on yourself. Yeah. The world is you and your problems and being perfect that day. And at the end of the day, you have to just subtract all the things you did wrong, and then you're like, I'm the worst human being ever. Right. It's just the worst. Yeah. And when I found purpose, Pilates, I just kind of forgot about myself for a little bit. And my dad actually gave me that advice. He was like, Tanna, you're trying to solve your problems. He's like, I get you have problems. Do you know how many other people have problems? Do you know how big the world is? Quit sitting in your room and writing down all the reasons why you're not doing enough. And why don't you just go start doing some of those things? Yeah. And it seems I'm yeah, Dad, that was probably something I should have come up with. But I think sometimes we just a common one, I know people who struggle with food would know this. You write down all the calories you're going to eat in that day, or you write down all the foods you're not going to eat that day. Yeah. Or you write down exactly how much exercise you're going to do that day. And it's almost like you spend so much time thinking like, this is what I'm going to do. You almost like forget to even do it.
Right.
And you get so stuck on the thought of it. Like I forgot, am I even living my life? Am I just like thinking about everything I'm going to do? Or am I just going to go do something?
Right.
And so when I finally, and I didn't have a job because I was trying to fix myself, right? And I was so focused on myself. When I finally just like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm just going to start living my life. I got a job and I went to a Pilates class. I loved it. And I was like, it wasn't even that deep. Like, it wasn't some grand calling of like, you're going to be a Pilates instructor. The truth is I went to a class and I loved it. And I was like, I could totally do this.
Really?
And then I just did it.
Yeah.
And that's what my life has been. It's just been like, ever since that whole of like, honestly, probably 8 years of just feeling like I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I finally just started saying, I want to do that. I'm just going to go do that. And then that's what it became. It wasn't like, I got to get up at this time. It was just like, I just got up at that time. I don't even know how. I just set the alarm and I just get up and I just go. And I forget that I struggle with food sometimes. Most of the time I forget about this side of me.
Well, it shows why purpose is so important.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
because that's where your focus is.
Yeah.
Right? This is what gets me out of bed. This is what gets my heart pumping. This is what gets me to smile today, you know.
I'm just doing. I'm doing all the things that I want to. And when I want to go do something, I just tell myself, I'm like, well, of course I can do it, you know? And I never used to think like that. Yeah. So kind of a lot in there, and I don't even know how well I explained that.
No, that was beautifully, that was beautifully said.
Pilates is just an outlet for me. It's just, and it's one of many outlets. Pilates is not my only form of exercise. If you follow my page, I dance.
Oh yeah, you're dancing.
I lift weights. You know what I mean? I like to walk. I like to run. I tried cycling for the first time.
Nice.
I did kickboxing. Like, exercise is exercise. I know moving my body makes me happy, so I move my body. Every single day, I move my body. Makes me happy. When I don't move my body, I'm not happy.
Oh, amen to that.
So I just do it.
We were talking about how movement is medicine, man. Yeah. It's like, I'm the same way. If I don't work out that day, I'm like, why do I feel so down? I'm like, because you didn't move your body.
Yes.
You're like a slug today. And,
I know.
And for me, it really movement has been my medication. It's when I go exercise, I call it my morning medication. I'm going to go get my meds today, and I'm going to go to the gym and move this body and that kind of thing. So I totally agree with you. And, what's cool is, yes, you kind of found your purpose, Ben, but you've exploded this in such a way that I think people who may not know you may not fully understand. I mean, I mentioned watching you do this workout in front of hundreds of people in a park or a parking lot. I mean, it's pretty amazing. How have you grown this into such a way? Talk about, so our listeners know, like, how you've expanded this, not only finding it, but then making it big.
I actually really love this question. I keep talking about my dad, but I was just talking to my dad about this.
Shout out to Dad.
Shout out to Dad. What's funny is that when I first started, I didn't know what this would turn into. Yeah. And that has kept me from doing things before. It's like, I think a lot of times we want to know what's at like the 20th door, and we're just like, and I can get anxious about it. I can well, what's, if I do this, what will take me there? And you can just feel the wheels turning, and it's like, it's scary, and it kind of debilitates you. It's almost like you don't open the next door because you're worried about what's 20 doors down. So what I mean by that is, when I started Pilates, the only thought I had was, this is fun. I want to do this. And that got me into Pilates. Okay. And then when I got into Pilates, I was like, I like this. I want to teach. So then I became a teacher. And then when I started teaching, I was like, okay, I just need to get a job. I got a job, I won't say the name, at probably the worst studio that I could find. My very first one, and I was a bad instructor. But I was like, okay, what's the next step? I should get better. Yeah. So I just practiced. Okay. I was like, okay, I should probably go to more classes. And I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. And then I did that, and then that, and it just led. And what's funny is, like, I'm teaching these huge classes, and it's so fun. But, like, my answer is, like, I didn't know I would be doing this. Right. But I just trusted my gut, my intuition. I trusted that if I take one positive step, I don't know what the 20th step is, but I just know it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And so like, I love what I'm doing, but I didn't know. Yeah. And if you ask me, like, people ask me all the time, like, Tanna, you're growing your page, you're doing all this stuff. Like, what's the goal? My honest answer is I actually have no idea. I literally have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing, but like, I know my next step, and that's all I'm focused on. I'm just focusing on my next step. That. The second I get there, I'll look at the next one.
Yeah.
But that's what's gotten me here. When you think about taking 20 steps, you're like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, can I take one?
Yeah.
I could do one.
Well, kind of going back to when you were struggling with the eating disorder.
Yeah.
That's what you were analyzing every little thing, right? Kind of the steps, if you will.
Yes.
And you've learned, like, no, I don't need to worry about like you said, door 20. What's this door that I need to work on right now?
We like want to be the most perfect version of ourselves. Yeah. And like, that's awesome. But you can't get there if you don't just like make one good step, one good habit, one good decision.
Yeah.
Like there's so much power to that, because it doesn't just turn into one. It just multiplies it. But you have to trust that.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to focus on what's the next good thing I can do.
Yeah.
You know, and give yourself credit, and then do the next one and the next one, the next one, and life is so much happier that way.
Boy, it sure is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. And I think that you not sure where this is going. I think that's what makes you so good and why people love you, because you're just having fun. It looks like you're just having a blast.
I'm having a great time.
Right?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
You can tell. Like, you know, sometimes you can tell if people are maybe kind of faking this or this. And it's tough to maybe read that on social media. I understand that. But even just sitting here with you now, I know that it's this genuine passion for this, and you absolutely just love it.
Yeah. No, I'm very happy, and I honestly don't know how I got here sometimes, because I think back to like, I was there, and I mean, I couldn't even make the smallest good decision. Like, I couldn't even eat a healthy meal and then go to bed and feel normal. Like, I was analyzing everything. I couldn't even eat an apple without telling you how many calories are in it. You know what I mean? And like I knew, like, everything was analyzed, and I'm like, how am I just living my life and I'm so happy? And I feel like all I can say is I was just making one good choice at a time.
Ooh.
And I'm just genuinely grateful. I'm grateful for the bad. I'm grateful for all of the hard times.
Yeah.
I would not be who I am, and I can so confidently say that. And I love how much it's helped me relate to other people.
Right.
That's been the biggest thing, is like, I've gotten outside myself now. I see other people struggling, and it like gives me more purpose.
Yeah.
It makes me even happier to know that, like, when someone tells me something, I can actually look them in the eye and say, oh, I actually understand that.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Well, I mean, that's the same with you, though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I actually get that.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, it reminds me of a quote that I learned from one of my clients, and it goes like this, and I'll add to it a little bit. He said, I tried to find myself I could not see. I tried to find my God eluded me. I tried to find my brother and sister, I found all three.
Oh.
Right?
I got the chills when you said that.
And you think about it, I would imagine when you're done doing your class and you've got, you know, you just did it for 500 people, and which I think is amazing, first of all.
That's so cool.
I was curious, because I noticed a lot of people coming up to you and hugging you, telling you thanks probably, but do you ever get some tough questions like, hey, I'm really struggling, and is there anything you could share there where maybe some of the questions you hear from these women or men, right, that are doing your class, but they're seeing like, man, I want to be like her?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing, it's actually probably the reason why I hesitated when you invited me on this show, because I was like, put me behind a microphone, and I'm like, people are going to think I have all the answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I think maybe that would be the thing I would say, is like, when people come up to me and say they're struggling, my honest response back isn't like, oh, here's what you should do. I feel like I like to just be like, I get it, you know, and like, everybody gets it. Like, I get up and I have all these goals, and I'm trying my best, and I feel like I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
I fail all the time, and I genuinely mean that. Like, I fail all the time, and I'm just trying my best. We're all just trying our best.
Yeah.
But there's something pretty cool about, you know, seeing a bunch of people and knowing like, I get it, you know, and I don't want to beyond, I mean, sometimes I'm physically on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to act like I'm better than any of you.
Right.
Because I'm literally not. Like, we're just the same.
Yeah.
We're just the same, and we all...
I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to the incredible sponsors of the Beliefcast podcast. First, Craig from Craig Swap and Associates. If you need an attorney, he's your guy. Trustworthy, compassionate, always there when you need him most. Next, Wasatch Recovery, the greatest university on the planet, transforming lives one day at a time. Sandy from Minky Couture, the creative genius behind the most comfortable blanket you'll ever wrap yourself in. Comfort like no other. Special thanks to the award-winning pianist Paul Cardall for his beautiful music that brings inspiration to every episode.
Struggle, and I have good days even now. I have bad days even now. You know,
Sure.
like, I'm thriving. I have bad days. Some days I'm like on my game. Other days I'm like, I don't even know if I can freaking get out of bed right now. Like,
Yeah.
So I guess that's my advice almost. Is
Sure.
It's not really advice. I more so just level with people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes we think other people have it all figured out, and maybe it's powerful to know that they don't.
They don't. And thank you. And I think you're right. Again, social media is really good at showing all the good, but like you said, you have your tough moments. And if you're having a tough moment, I get you because I've been there.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
And I love leveling with people.
Yeah.
On that. If I died and everyone told me there was one thing about me, I would love to be known as someone who is authentic, someone who just like, I don't want anyone to look at me and think, man, I wish I was her. I wish I had it figured out. Because I'm like, I wish for so many things, and we're just the same. We're just the same. But if you have a dream, you can make that dream a reality. And I'm happy to be an example of that, because I know that I've come a long way, and I'm very proud of myself. I'm very grateful for the people that have helped me get here too. Yeah. Super grateful.
Thank you for sharing that. We talked about you're a woman of faith. If you don't mind, how has that been an influence for good in your life?
Yeah. I didn't know if we could even talk about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. This is your story.
Yeah.
And I know that's a big part of your life, and it means a lot to you. And I think it's important that our listeners hear it from you.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like I'm falling short all the time, and that's really the only place that I find peace. I just feel like I'm constantly looking at gaps, and that's just where I feel those gaps filled in. And so even my relationship with God, I have my own journey, and I struggle sometimes, and but I just love him, and I know that I couldn't do it alone. My relationship summed up with God is that I just know that he has my back, and that I'm always going to try, but I just always know that I'm not going to make it, but he always fills in the rest.
Yeah.
And I feel peace with that. It always gives me peace. It gives me purpose. He's always reminding me to look outside myself. There's one thing I feel like that kind of called me to Pilates and just exercise movement. It's that I could do something good for other people, and I think the best way you can serve God is to serve other people. And I find the most happiness, you're probably the same, when I'm helping other people, when I'm forgetting about my problems for a second and looking around and realizing that a lot of people have other problems. And it's just crazy how it helps you. C.S. Lewis is a big, I love C.S. Lewis. He quotes this all the time, just saying if you're struggling, help someone else struggling, and then watch your struggles disappear. It's the quote you said too.
Yeah, it's so true, right? And again, it's cliche even sometimes maybe, but I'm telling you, if you put it to the test, you'll realize it actually really does work. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of C.S. Lewis as well. He has a quote about you and all of us, but I'll direct it towards you. He says it, and I'm going to summarize it because it's a long quote, but he basically says, if looking at you, if I could have the imperfections from my eyes moved from me, the veil taken from my eyes, and I could see you, Tanna, for who you really truly are, I would be so blown away. I would be so awestruck that I'd be tempted to worship the ground you walk on.
I love that quote.
Yeah, and you know which one I'm referring to. And again, and I can say that to everybody.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times we think, you know, and I love how you said, I want to be authentic. And I think you do a great job at that, honestly.
Oh, you're nice.
I really do. I get that from you. And so I think that's why you're good at what you do and why everyone gravitate towards your classes and everything like that. So, but I really believe all of us, we have that that innate worth that doesn't fluctuate. But I think sometimes we forget, and I think part of what you do too is you remind these people like, hey, we're in this together. Let's get a good workout in. But don't we all feel great right now?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way when you're done with a class and everyone was just engaged? And I mean, guys, when I'm talking about some of these classes, what's the most you've had in a class? Do you even know?
I don't know.
They're huge.
I don't know.
It's pretty amazing.
It's super fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just like 10 people sitting in front of you, man. We're talking hundreds.
Yeah. No,
it's wild.
It's so fun, but it's fun too to just see a bunch of people looking up at you, and like you have to realize every single person there, like they all have their own story. They all have their own reasons for being there. I can't connect with every single person, but like I just know that there's more to everyone's story. Like I just know if there's one thing I've learned, I just look at people and I just like, I wish I could know everything about everyone. Yeah. We would treat everyone so much better if we like knew, the ins and outs of a person and what made them who they are. But I try to just always think about that when I'm interacting with people. I try my best to just like always have grace, empathy, love, kindness towards people. Yeah. Because I mean, more often than not, one, they need it, but two, like they deserve it. I mean, everyone deserves to be treated. And you just don't know what people are going through. Right. You never know what people are going through. But
you ever watch Ted Lasso?
I've seen little clips of it, but I wonder if I know the scene you're going to talk about.
So the scene about where he's getting challenged to throw
darts.
Yeah. And
his dad.
He quotes Walt Whitman, be curious and not judgmental. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
And I think that's...
I cried on that scene.
Yeah, and I think that's ultimately what you're saying is like... Because if I'm curious about you, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. And when I ask you a lot of questions, guess what? I get to know you. And once I get to know you, it's impossible for me not to like you. Yeah. But if I judge you and just throw up the wall, I don't ask you any questions. And therefore, there's this wedge between us.
And we do that, I think, especially with social media and the lack of authentic and genuine, connection and communication. Yeah. I feel like we do judge, and I do it too. It's an effort to not judge. It's easy to judge.
For sure.
So, but I think it's just like anything, you can build the habit, of not. But I do love the connections I've made with my job. I feel so just connected and I've met so many amazing people, so many hard stories, sad stories. I mean, I've cried with people just hearing what people have gone through and the way that they've opened up to me about things. I love being, a listening ear for people, and like it just makes me appreciate people, love my job more. Like I honestly just feel grateful every single day. Every day I walk into my job, I interact with anyone, I come home, I genuinely feel so grateful.
Yeah, you're on top of the world.
I feel so grateful.
I love that. Well, that's the life of a wellness advocate. That's really what you do. I mean, seriously.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So what's the plans moving forward? Do you have again, I know you don't try to look too far ahead, but I mean, do you see other things that you want to do and accomplish? Do you ever think of that? Do you have like some bigger goals? Anything you could share with us that you kind of are shooting for? Or are you just like, I'm living in the moment and I'm going to open the next door that's in front of me?
That's honestly what I would say.
That's pretty cool.
And I never used to be like that, but I used to be pretty anxious. Just again, it's hard to be in the middle of an eating disorder and not feel crazy anxiety. Yeah. Part of the reason why I'm not anxious anymore is because I'm really just focused on my next step. And I do try to make sure that it's a good step. Like I put thought into where I'm going. I'm not just like flying by the seat of my pants. Like I move with intention, but I love where I'm at right now. I'm about to be married. I'm really excited.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of my next step. And then it's like, like where are we going to go from there? But I just know that if I'm doing the things in my life that make me happy and I'm making that step, I just know that it's going to be a good one. And that's honestly where I'm at. Wow. And it's gotten me here, so I don't think it's gonna, I hope it doesn't lead me astray. But
no, I mean, I wasn't expecting that answer because most people were like, well, I'm going to be doing this, and nothing wrong with planning and doing all that. But to hear that you're doing your best to just be in the moment, I think it's a rare thing that we all do. I struggle with that, being in the moment, but to hear that you're really actively trying to be there, that's impressive.
Well, and there's goals, there's, we all, it's great to look ahead. It's great to, strive for things, but there's definitely a balance. I try not to let it, overwhelm me.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever thought of like actually being an advocate and helping these women who are struggling with eating disorders and taking that to the next level?
I just don't even know, like, to be honest
I'm going to put a bug in your ear here.
No, but to be honest with you, I'm like, could I do that? That's my honest answer. My honest answer is I don't know if I would, one, be qualified to do that, or two, like, if I would do a good job.
It's interesting you say that, and I get what you're saying. Yeah. I'll never forget one time I was meeting with a kid. I was doing some coaching with him, helping him through his anxiety. And his mom asked me, like, well, what's your credentials, Todd? And I said, I was a drug addict for 10 years. That's my credentials. And she was like, oh okay, cool. We're good. And I think the battle you had it gives you the credentials. Yes, we got to learn and grow, and I've done that too. Yeah. And we can read from books, and we can learn from other people, which you're doing and we're all doing. Yeah. But that gives you the foundation to do that. Yeah. Well, you're so nice. And maybe one day that's what you do. And I'm going to put a bug in you. You should really look into that. I know, it's
just you're so inspiring. Like, I genuinely feel that when you speak. I'm like, I felt inspired by multiple things you've said. And I'm like, wow. Do I have that gift? I don't know, but I mean, I've enjoyed being here today.
Yeah. Well, the answer is you do have that gift. Oh, you're nice. And I'm going to throw another thing at you. There's a beautiful quote by Pablo Picasso that says, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose in life is to give it away. Yeah.
These quotes, like, very similar.
But it's true, though. Like, find, you said you got your purpose, but you got your purpose because of the hell you went through. Yeah. You never would. I really believe that. You wouldn't be doing this, or at least on the level you're doing it, or with the passion you have, had you not been through that. And I really believe that young girls will listen to you because they'll relate with you, for one. And two, it's like, she's been through it. Yeah. I mean, I help women all the time with eating disorders, but I couldn't. You'd probably be way more effective just because you've experienced it. Like, it's hard for me to say I understand fully what you're going through. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely.
Anyway, I'm not trying to tell you to go do whatever. No, I'm just saying, man, you could be such a powerful force in that arena. Yeah. Should let that marinate for a little bit.
Yeah, if there's one thing I do, when you see someone that you kind of like, oh, like, they have it all figured out, I will say I'm that's why I'm open about what I've been through, is because I don't want anyone looking at me, looking at my page, and thinking, man, like, one, could never be that, or two, like, she just didn't struggle the way that I've struggled. Like, that's why I'm open about it. Yeah. Is because I've done that with other people. Sure. I've compared myself to people and later found out maybe that they did struggle, or maybe I never even found out, maybe I just like, oh, I wish I could be that. Yeah. But it's just so powerful to know that the people you think you idolize, or the people that feel so far away on like some page are just like, wow, they have it all figured out. It's so powerful to know that they don't. Yeah. That they're just like you, that we're all just trying, and maybe they figured some things out, but like we're all just human. Right. We all have our struggles. We figure one thing out, another thing collapses. We're all just putting out fires. True. Yeah, and but that's the beauty of life. And I think the biggest thing is I have found happiness in that. Like, I've genuinely found happiness, not because my life looks different now. Yeah. But because like I've just chosen to be happy. Right. And I've had some really dark experiences in my life that have been some of the happiest. I've had some moments where maybe I should have been really happy, and I don't really feel like I was happy. Wow. And that's why I love the quote we talked about earlier of the life is coming from you. It's not at you. Mm-hmm. It's like, I genuinely think you could be anywhere. And I know that's a pretty bold statement, but I'm going to stand by it. I think you could be anywhere in any situation doing anything. And I think that you could be happy. I think that you can improve your life. I think that you can make better decisions. you know, I think you are steering the ship, and I genuinely think that if you want to, you can take that ship wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
and I really believe that.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
It reminds me of the book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
I was gonna
really?
quote
you
it.
Should have.
Because I was like, I was gonna bring up like Holocaust survivors, but it's like, you think about what they went through. You think about, that's so funny you said that. I should have beat you to it.
Well,
but it's true.
We're on the same wavelength here. Yeah.
But like, how you think to yourself, how could you find any joy in that? How?
Yeah.
There's no way.
And yet he found meaning and happiness in a concentration camp.
Yeah.
And to your point, it shows how powerful we are as human beings. I often, I do a lot of speaking events, and my whole theme is people are astonishing. And we're astonishing.
That's really cool.
Like you're astonishing.
I like that.
Viktor Frankl's astonishing. I mean, these people you are helping they're everyone listening to this. You're astonishing.
And they're just people.
They're
literally just people. And you're a person, and you could do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If someone can do it, that means we all can do it.
Yeah. It's funny listening to stories or hearing that and thinking like, you almost think to yourself that couldn't be you.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, that actually can be you. Like you can do anything that is inspiring to you, you could do. You know, anyone that accomplished something, like I think sometimes we forget that we could actually do that. We read these books and we're like, wow, that's so cool that worked for them. Right. You're like, it could work for you. Exactly. Oh, sorry. It could work for you.
There we go. Good job.
You know what I mean, though? It's
totally.
Just like,
no, it's beautifully said.
And I think that's what's so cool about this is like you offer all of this knowledge. You give so many great, and I watched a lot of your videos. I really did love them.
Thank you.
You have so many inspiring thoughts, and it's one thing to listen and be like, that's so cool that worked for someone else. But then to think like, wait, no, this could actually work for you. Like I could go do this.
Yeah.
I could change my life with this.
Absolutely. Isaac Newton penned in a letter in 1875. He said, if I've been able to see a little further than others, it's by standing on shoulders of giants.
Oh.
And that's where I'm at today. I'm standing on shoulders of giants who showed me the way. I would not be here if it wasn't for them. I'd be dead. Yeah. If it wasn't for my mentor, Rich Saunders, we talked about him earlier, I would not be here. I would be dead. So I'm grateful for these people who showed me the way. And thankfully, I finally decided to listen. Right? And I realized, if they can do it, so can I. Yeah. To your point, So, well said. You're so easy to talk to, by the way.
This was very fun.
Yeah, wasn't this cool?
I know. Said no.
And you couldn't even tell, though. I mean, you did great.
No, you're so nice. I had a great time. That was a very fun combo.
One last thing. If there's someone tuning into this episode right now and they're listening to Tanna and they are in a dark place and they are struggling, and they're looking for something and they need help, what would you tell that one person right now?
Oh. Just the thought of that first off made me really sad. I mean, I think I would just want to empower them and say that you can do anything that you want to do. And that only you can do it. You know, I mean, I know I would want to say like, you're not alone, which you're not, and you can do anything, which you can, and there's help if you need it, and there is. But I honestly think I would just tell them, like, if you want something, like, you could go do it. In fact, go do it. Think about what you want, like, figure out your first step, and then go do that first step. And then once you get there, go take the next step and the next step and the next step. And like, I would just want them to know, like, you can change your life. But like, changing your life isn't one step. It's so many steps. But don't get caught up in all of the things you need to change. I would just like want to tell them, like, go make one good step, see where it takes you, and then just you'll start running. Like your life will just change, and you won't even know. You won't even realize it while it's changing, but like it will, and you can. I just wish I could shake people and just say, you can. Yeah. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Because you can, like, you can do anything. I just believe that. I really believe that you can do anything. Anything you want, you can do. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Mic drop right there.
I don't know if that's a mic drop.
Oh, yeah. That's a mic drop moment for sure. Yeah. Beautifully said. Thank you so much. If people want to reach out to you and, follow what you do, learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to do that?
I mean, My Instagram is Train with Tanna.
Okay.
My TikTok's also Train with Tanna. I get so many fun DMs, and people even reach out to me like, oh, like, what do you do for exercise, or what do you? And I'm like, I love responding to people, or what was in this meal. So I feel like that's the best way. I also teach at so many studios just in Utah Valley. Yeah,
I've noticed that you're at, a lot of times at a different studio.
Yeah, I teach right now at 5 studios. I teach Reformer Pilates, Mat Pilates. I love just people coming to my classes. It's so fun.
That's
so people
cool.
could come to my classes.
Okay.
Reach out to me on social media, but
what I'd say, if any of the younger kids listening to this, in particular maybe women who are struggling with an eating disorder, reach out to Tanna and ask her a question. You're not alone.
I would love that.
You're not alone.
I would love that.
She will help you. I mean, she'll get you because she went through it. So, but I encourage everyone listening to this to follow you and to do, just you'll be inspired. And maybe if you haven't been working out, you'll want to.
I can give you a kick-ass workout.
I saw one video. I think it was Ty, and he was in the crowd, a big crowd, and he was just like, I can't remember his exact words. Something like, she's wrecking all of us right now. And he was hurting. Anyway, but that was pretty funny. I thought, I get that.
I do try to make my classes hard. I will say that. I think if you're going to give me 45 minutes of your time, I'm going to make it worth it.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people.
You're going to feel it.
You're definitely going to feel it in the morning, but yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being a light in this world. We need more of people like you in this world that are just giving back. And I'm grateful that you went through what you went through, because you are 10 times more powerful because of it.
You're so kind. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's great to have you on today.
Thanks.
There you go, folks. Tanna Tae, follow her. She's amazing, as you well know. This is such a great conversation. Thanks to my sponsors. Without you, I would not be able to do this. And to everyone listening, thanks to you. I love you guys. Thanks for sharing these episodes with your loved ones. If you have a friend or a daughter that's struggling, that you might think have an eating disorder, have them listen to this episode, and maybe it breaks the ice so you can ask them the question, and maybe they will open up to you. And so, but I know that you guys support this so much, so thank you. And I love you guys. Until next time.